So this morning I want to read from the book of Peter, which says, First Peter 5 and 10 says, in his kindness, God called you to share in his eternal glory by means of Christ Jesus. So after you have suffered a little while, he will restore, support, and strengthen you, and he will place you on a firm foundation. And today I am grateful for these same words right here that God let us know, which was, after you suffered for a little while, he will restore, support, and strengthen you, and he will place you on a firm foundation. Um, I just I just think about how, coming into the new year, we tend to do a lot of reflecting, right? And it's coming up on almost a year that we got started in this group, number one. But more importantly to myself is the journey that I took over the past year. You know, um, when I when I sort of like had a lot of time to focus and get closer to my God was during this period when I had COVID in November 2020. Um, and I had it for 6 weeks, right? But in that time, COVID was more or less new then. People didn't understand it. So I was literally just quarantined. I couldn't move, ostracized. They wasn't letting me come back to work or nothing because the PCRs keep coming back as positive, even though it was just the antibodies in my system, so to speak. Um, but during that time, I had a lot of time to think. I had a lot of time by myself. I had a lot of time with just me and God. And it was a time where instead of deferring from His word, I drew more closer to His word, if that makes sense. Because it's sometimes like we get in these situations in life, y'all, and it's so easy for us to get angry at God. Like that's like the easiest thing for us to do, you know, because we could just turn to Him and we could be like, man, why me? I done gone through this before. Why me? Why you choose me to go through? I going through things. I facing financial struggles. I going this. Like, why you doing this to me? You know? And sometimes we got to turn to God and just be like, try me, you know? Try me. See what I could bear. See what I could take. I know that I good for it. I know that I strong enough. And in this particular verse, the author, um, can't really say Peter because they still can't attest this one to Peter, but the author says, so after you suffered for a little while, he will restore, support, and strengthen you, and he will place you on a firm foundation. So it's like he ain't never say you ain't gonna go through nothing. Like you could be the best Christian, you could be the best person, you could do all the right things in life. But that don't mean that you won't go through things. Levette said a very important word earlier, integrity. And Gigi described exactly what it is. Integrity is who you are when no one is watching. Who you are when nobody is around. The decisions you make that are going to affect others when they don't even know that they're going to affect them. Sometimes you can make good decisions. Sometimes you may make bad decisions. But make the decisions with good integrity at heart. And even if you go through things, remember that the Lord not only if He can restore, support, mean that He can be there for you. Don't think that you don't go into these things alone. And then He can come back and He can strengthen you. And then He will place you on a firm foundation. That means that whatever you go through in life, when you come back, you coming back stronger. You can get breakdown, you can get tore down. It is get hard. I know life is get hard. Life, this ain't a cakewalk. It's not a cakewalk. But just remember that you can get through this, you can forge through the fire. And when you come out of it, you can be on a more firm foundation. And I'm Gary, and I relinquish my mic. I love you all, by the way.